Hey guys, Mike Lawson here. Have you ever said to yourself that you're going to start something or do something and you keep putting it off? Are you a musician that doesn't play? Are you an entrepreneur who never got started? Maybe you're scared to start your own business. That's resistance. The book that I'm reading now, The War of Art, it's actually my second time reading it in just the last couple months. And this book is just amazing. And there's a reason why I'm reading it again, and I'll talk about that in a few minutes. But it talks about how, the secret between writers and wannabe writers is this, that writing is easy. It's the sitting down to write is difficult. See, working out is easy. It's going to the gym is the hard part, and that's resistance. So resistance is just experienced as fear. And we need to do the things that we fear. My good friend Bob Heilig talks about it all the time. He says, use fear as a compass. Meaning when you fear something, that's the direction that you should be going into. See, a lot of people, once you fear something, you feel that resistance, you tend to go the other direction. But no, use fear as a compass. See, fear is good. It tells us what we should be doing. See, the more scared you are of a particular work or a calling, the more that you can be sure that that's what you are supposed to be doing. See, and people ask me all the time, why, hey, Rosemary, people ask me all the time, why are you doing videos? What are you looking to get out of this? And deep down, the reason why is because I was fearful of it, because I was resisting this. See, I've heard for the last couple of years that you need to reinvent yourself, okay? And after two failed businesses within a 7-month period and 2 divorces, I needed to reinvent myself, and I was resisting it. I was fearful of it. And in the book, okay, the author gives an example. He says, listen, if you're working with Mother Teresa in Calcutta and you're working on that mission and you're doing that work and you leave that field or you leave that mission to go launch a career in telemarketing, you're not going to meet any resistance. You're good. You'll be okay. It's when we go to do something great. It's when we go to that next level, that higher level, we want more. That's where you're going to experience resistance. But that is when we're also going to experience fear, and that's when you need to use fear, okay, as your compass. See, resistance is the most toxic force in the world. Resistance, and in the book it even talks about how resistance is even evil because it prevents us from living. It prevents us from doing what we were supposed to be doing. See, when you're resisting something, be sure that's what you should be doing. And listen to that little voice in your head. And if you just ask yourself, what little voice? That little voice. Okay, now let's talk about how to master resistance. Okay, and I want to give you 2 tips on how to master resistance. Well, actually, resistance has no fear, has no strength on its own. We feed it power by our fear of it. So we feed it power by our fear of it. And if we can conquer fear, if you master fear, you'll master resistance. Okay, so there's only really one tip, master fear. But here's how you master fear. There's 2 ways, in my opinion, how to master fear. Okay, number 1, understand it's in your head. Fear is just in your head. The acronym for fear is, false expectations appearing real. So the first way you can overcome fear is just by dismissing it, knowing that it's only in your mind and you just dismiss it, right? Number 2 is to do the thing that you're fearful of. And that's really what I want to inspire you to do. When you become fearful or you start resisting things, okay, do the things. Don't just dismiss it in your head, but know that fear, use that as a compass. Know that that's the direction that you should be going into, okay? And I'll leave you with this, that fear is a liar. So don't believe it. Fear is a liar. That's all I have today, guys. Listen, if you like this, please like it, share it, comment. I appreciate your feedback as always. If you think that this video could help somebody, please, share it or tag them. Okay, and that's just one book that I'm reading now. Okay, and I put out a list of my 5 top books that changed my life. I'll actually put that in the comments So you check that out as well. But I believe that, reading is very important. Again, I'm reading this book second time in a couple months. This is probably one of the most impactful books that I've ever read. And it was just, a perfect time in my life to read it. So have a great day, everybody. Until next time, take care.